not have an urban station. You know what I'm saying? KS is what would be considered, I guess, top 40 hits or whatever. So they're not even considered an urban station. So the shit that we like, they're not even going to play.
Right.
And not only that, with the game the way it is now, no one listens to the radio for the new music. By the time they're talking about new music, we done heard that shit like 3-4 weeks ago, maybe months ago. So I don't think radio's really doing it. I think podcasts are kind of popping off now, you know what I'm saying? But even me personally, I have a feeling about podcasts just because I come from radio and it's like, yo, everybody does a podcast now. All you gotta do is grab a microphone, a little setup, and you too can have a podcast.
Right.
So it's definitely oversaturated. And the people that are doing it, that are making the money, it's no different than radio. There's certain people that was making money and there's certain people that wasn't. I just happened to be one of the people that was kind of in between. I saw making money, I saw making no money, but I also saw people that was making money. Like I've been to some of these people's cribs and I'm like, y'all are rich. But it wasn't just radio. You got to figure out how to make your side hustles for sure. So that was radio, and then that transitioned into TV.
Hey, what happened though after the Facebook, after that post? Did you part ways with them?
Oh, I had parted ways with them prior to that. I was already, like literally, I just got tired of it one day because they kept bullshitting me, and they had me doing like this board op and shit, which is like basic entry level shit, and they wanted me to do like all of the stations at night, and they offered me the overnights. And the dude that was doing the overnights at the time, I was like, well, what's gonna happen to him? And they was like, yeah. And I was like, damn, so if I take this overnight job, then him and like 2 other people that ran the boards would lose their job too. Right. So that's 3 people losing their job. And I was like, all right, I said, I'll do it under one condition. I said, just give me full creative control. And they was like, nah, we can't really do that. And I was like, why not? Because they don't even check ratings on the overnight shift. You know what I'm saying? So ratings isn't a factor. There is an audience that listens to overnight radio, the graveyard shifters and stuff like that. I know how to produce a show. I could do my own imaging. Y'all don't have to pay for nothing.
Right.
I'm just asking for full creative control. And they couldn't even give me that, so they had me board hopping for $10 an hour. The fuck am I gonna do with $10 an hour? Dude, I'm driving. When I had to drive to the station, I used to pass a Good Times every day. And they would have a sign outside that said, now hiring $17 an hour. I could make more money working at Good Times than I can working for the fucking radio. Right. But then y'all look all cool when y'all get to go to these shows taking these fucking selfies with all these stars that don't give 2 fucks about you. And it was like, it was different when I was a kid in radio and then when I was a grown man in radio. And radio, man, I mean, to each his own, man. There's certain, but they stay in it so long. It's like even when I retired and stepped out the game for 10 years, I came back in and the same motherfuckers was doing the same fucking thing. And I'm like, man, where's the fucking growth? Like, you still trying to run your mouth on, hey guys, it's Lenny Lenn on Kid. Man, dude, you sound goofy. So I just couldn't really do it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, do you?
No, I get it.
So that's that asshole, I guess, but, you know.
No, real talk though is like, why do you want to keep doing like the same shit? You got to elevate some kind of way and make it interesting and bring new crowds in and all that shit.
I mean, I thought I was on when I was like, yo, when I get in KS, and I told the program director, he was like, man, what's your goal in 5 years? And I was like, to be in your seat. And he looked at me and I was like, what, you want to stay there for 5 years? Don't you have bigger aspirations? But nah, they just cool being the program director and getting, you know, cool tickets and, you know, walking around with their little lanyards on. Right. Like you see them at the shows now. You could always tell the radio dude when you see him. It's almost like, I mean, they, you know, whatever.
Dude, I totally respect that shit that you just said right now. Telling him I want to be in your position. And when he looks at you crazy, you're like, what, you still want to be here? You don't want to advance either? That's wild, bro.
Nah, and then you're sitting there telling, like, most of the time the people that run these so-called urban hip-hop stations, yo, they don't even listen to the music that they promote. They just look at some list and be like, oh, well, they say it's hot, so you don't even know what the record is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it needs to be dope. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. At least the people over at the drop kind of understand what it is, but they're still trying to run it like a radio. Right. But if you really was like, yo, in Colorado, what's the best thing for radio? Yo, it is the drop, man. That's real
I'll
talk.
give them that.
That's it.
I'll give them that. I'll listen to the drop before I listen to anything else. And me and the people at the drop don't even necessarily see eye to eye. But I still give credit where credit's due.
Right.
So I'll give them all props. Plus, they done played a couple of our songs on the radio, so I fucks with them a
Same,
little bit.
I think they're dope. I fuck with them too.
Hell yeah. You said you're out of the loop with the stuff that goes around in Colorado. Are you out of the loop with like the new music, the the little babies, the little fucking?
No, I keep my ear to
music.
to music. Like I definitely keep up with music. It's just nothing in Colorado comes across my desk, so to speak.
I'm gonna have to send you some shit.
Yes, I mean I listen to pretty much anything, and if there's certain people that somebody will tell me about, or I'll hear a name on Facebook or on social media and stuff like that. So I kind of listen to it to see what's going on, but I just haven't really heard anything that's really moving. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I want to hear Lil Baby, I'll listen to Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? If I want to hear some stuff from the Bay, I'll listen to some stuff from the Bay. I don't want to hear a Colorado artist that sounds like something I could already hear. Like, give me something that I haven't heard before.
Well, that's always been the issue. Is that I would say not now, but before they're always trying to imitate somebody. But what they don't understand is those people have been perfecting that for 10, 15 years. So they got it to the T. Whether, it's Soulja Boy or any of those cats, where you're trying to do Soulja Boy and you sound shitty because you're not on point. You know what I mean? That's always been how it was. But now I think it's on a different level.
I mean, who's hot right now? Like, give me some people I should listen to.
They call him AP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost.
I like AP. I definitely like AP. I like what him, and I like the whole Squizzy movement.
Yeah.
But when I talk about those lists, they seem to be the same names. And I'm like, that's the only people from Colorado we got? I fucks with AP. I like AP stuff a lot. I like Trev Rich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like...
Miracle's dope too.
I've always liked Miracle.
Yeah, he's,
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
part of,
you know what I'm saying? I think
yeah.
Miracle probably is one of the most versatile, and I think he's starting to get some shine now.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, because look how long he's been putting in the work, crafting his style.
I mean, I remember chilling at Miracle's apartment, you know what I'm saying, where he just had his laptop sit up on the kitchen stand making beats and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? And plus, he fucks with 8 and all that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, I'm familiar and I see what's going on, but I think it's also a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like the old head, like back in my day,
right.
But now it's like, the access and the distribution methods are so easy. Like, I remember actually having to go to the record stores and try to get shit on consignment and shake hands with the people and do shows.
Pain in the ass.
You know what I'm saying? Hanging your stuff up in the stores. Now all you got to do is just upload it, so it makes it a lot easier. But it also makes it more diluted, so it's like anybody can be a rapper.
The reward isn't anything either now.
Just like you said,
And the reward is a lot less now,
Yeah.
unless you are doing big numbers, which is easier to do, but it is.
I mean, you could buy bots and you could